This is why you don't swerve when animals are on the road. It was back in July 2018 when a young woman named Angela Hernandez was driving down Highway number 1 towards Big Sur going to Southern California when all of a sudden there was an animal that shot out from the woods and ran right in front of her vehicle. She swerved hard and she careened off of the road going down a 200-foot cliff. She shot off of the cliff and she landed onto a rocky, desolate beach, like I say, about 250 feet down below. When she came to, her car was half in the water and waves were splashing in over her broken windshield, over her knees. To get out of her vehicle, she had a multi-tool on her, so she broke the window with a multi-tool and slowly crawled her way out of the vehicle where she eventually passed out. Now, when she woke up, she was very, very badly beaten and bruised. She had things like a brain hemorrhage, a broken collarbone, both blood vessels in her eyes were completely swollen so she could barely even see. She also had a collapsed lung, but Angela refused to die. She did not want to give up hope, and she just kept on clinging and fighting and fighting. After pulling herself out of the vehicle and finally regaining consciousness, she looked up top and she could see way up there, 250 feet up, she could see the vehicles going by, but there's nothing that she could do because they couldn't see her or her screams because it was so loud of all the vehicles going by. She could just only watch and hope and pray that somebody could see her and hopefully be found. Angela's vehicle was half in the water, half out of the water. She didn't have any survival gear with her. She was pretty much on the verge of death, completely beaten and battered, and she didn't have any water. So what she used was she went back to the vehicle and got a hose from the vehicle and used that to collect rainwater from moss and different areas that was close to the beach. Now, hours turned into days and days and days. Ultimately, she was there clinging to life on the beach for about 7 days when there were some people going by in a Jeep that were kind of going by scouting out for a fishing area when they looked down below down there and they seen Angela's vehicle kind of half submerged in the water. So when they went down there, they looked around and they didn't see her in the vehicle. So they were wondering, where is this person? There's got to be somebody around here. So they're off into the distance over there. They seen a person. They went over there and it was Angela just on the verge of death, sleeping on some rocks, and she was alive just barely. So they picked her up and got her into the vehicle, took her to the hospital, and that was the end of the ordeal. She was saved after 7 days of clinging for life, battered and beaten from 200-foot fall on the edge of a cliff. So that's why, in retrospective, you don't want to swerve when you hit things. To avoid things, you rather just hit them. You could be like Angela and you could have careened off a 200-foot cliff. Follow along for more.